spotted in GAVILAND. How do you win the lottery? She asked. I asked the lottery fairy. Or rather, he gives it to me. The lottery fairy, who's that? Oh, Smolt. Smolt has the best job ever. He flies around and sprinkles gold dust on certain people. Always before they choose the number. Do these people feel anything? Do they sense a shiver of excitement? Well, no, not really, but sometimes they change their numbers at the last minute. But how does anyone deserve to be chosen? How do I strike up a friendship with Smolt? Smolt strikes relations with people, but no one can ever approach his wings, as they will get trapped in them. The largest spanning wings of all wing spanners. Is Smolt an eagle fairy? Ah, you shrewd kid. Indeed, Smolt is an eagle fairy, but I prefer princess fairies. Smolt can't stand princesses, too vain, too spoiled. Smolt's one to talk. He spoils all these people with the gold dust and gives them freedom to buy their heart's desire. Yes, but Smolt hates vanity. That's the bottom line. Another thing is he hates unkind people. Smolt is rather beautiful, actually. He has large wings with emerald, green, gold, and silver. He has wings that change color to russet red and orange when he dusts someone. He has the power so great that he changes color. Yes, Smolt does. He molts and reveals a new coat of shining armor. Where does he live? He lives in the attic of Clordo Castle, where he can fly places at lightning bolt speed and still return to his beloved castle at night time. Sally had been asking so many questions and hearing such detailed answers that she formed a vision of Smolt in her head and imagined his reigning castle. What about Smolt? Is he rich? But Monsoon, her teacher's fate, grew grave, and he looked sinister. No, Smolt will never be rich. That is part of his frustration in life. He lives life vicariously through other people. You mean, what's vicariously? It's living through other people. It's a form of escapism. Oh. Sally thought of Smolt, knowing that he would never enjoy the fortune he bestowed on other people. But Smolt possessed beauty and charm and power. These qualities helped him, and they made him popular with the other eagles and eaglets and princesses. Tell me about the other fairies. Ah, my dear, there are fairies with inventors and blobs and skinnies and the wingless wishmakers of Wishagari. Wingless wishmakers? Tell me more. I shall make you a cup of hot chocolate, and we shall sit together in a wingless plane. Sally laughed as she watched the kettle boil. It would be a long journey. Sally was 12, and her life had been changed after a summer away in an aunt's house in the woods while her parents were working. The house they were staying in was very large, with big flowing rooms surrounded by thick forest. Sally had never seen so many trees in all her life. One day, she was bored and she discovered the door led into the basement. She walked down the old wooden steps and was greeted with a large room filled with boxes. At the end of the room, there was another room with a window at the side and had a view to the garden. Sally walked towards the room. Suddenly, she saw a rocking chair in the corner. She screamed. She thought it was a ghost, and the lady's voice was soothing. "It's all right, dear. I live here, and although I am invisible to most humans, I am not a ghost. I am Jemima Fitzgibbon, the fairy interpreter and guide to GAVILAND." "Wait a minute, Aunt Jemima. Hold it there. I am studying astronomy at school, and believe you me, Extraordinareville is not a planet, and it does not exist, and most certainly isn't there. However, there's Jupiter, Uranus, Mars, to name a few, and they don't contain a living species, believe you me. It's been nice speaking to you, but I'm off to have some ice cream." Jemima looked hurt. "No one believes me. No one ever. I only let in a few, and I've been watching you. I only tell those I have known as they are connected, or I choose to be ambassadors for Extraordinareville. If you give me evidence, I'll believe you. Sally, I am 2,510 years old. I will give you as much proof as you need, but before I continue, would you scoop out some ice cream? Any chocolate in the freezer?" "You didn't invent ice cream, Sally. We've got brains working full megawatts over here. Actually, we're currently working on reversible ice cream. It freezes once it melts." Sally was feeling out of sorts. Life as she knew it would never be the same. Jemima would get her ice cream. After all, it must be hard to be 2,000 odd years old. So this is how she became acquainted with Jemima during her summer staying in the woods. Jemima spoke at length about GAVILAND and the weird and wonderful happenings there. Things most people don't know about, only the privileged few. Sally had been chosen by fate or goodness. They waited for days. Jemima was furious. The useless pigeons. Maybe it's because we were staying in the woods. Jemima reached for a gold talkie. That's a walkie-talkie that reached GAVILAND. "Vanilla, Vanilla, how are you? We're waiting for the plane tickets to GAVILAND. The pigeons are so slow, and we're still waiting for customer service. Goodness sakes." Vanilla put down her nail varnish, aware that Jemima was angry. I would know that Vanilla did not have her full attention. If Jemima got annoyed, she sent ripples of shame to the inhabitants of GAVILAND. Jemima was one of the oldest, wisest, and excellent businesswomen. If she wasn't happy, there was a real problem. "Oh, chase it up, Jemima. Goodbye, farewell, alligator. See you later. Goodbye, Lady J." A few hours later, Jemima and Sally were still waiting for the plane tickets. In the distance, they hear tree leaves shuffling. She emptied the mail, and lo and behold, a silver envelope fell out. She ripped it open and found 2 white cards with writing in black cursive. 2 tickets to GAVILAND. Sally ran up the winding drive, flanked by a plethora of trees. Sally felt like she was going broad on a trip. Jemima danced on her toes. We're off. Now I'll freeze the earth time, and your parents will never know you're away. Parents? What parents? I never see them. Okay, my dear, we must start. Walking through the woods. Inside the woods was a Saltbox house. Come inside, it's a Saltbox Express. Inside there were seats, beds, a bar stool, stewardesses dressed in 1950s attire, and candies to eat. And that's part 1 of GAVILAND by me, KATRINA Salmon. And commence the story tomorrow night. Good evening.